Welcome back. I'm going to introduce, wait a minute. Let me make sure there's not an alert for this. Okay. Now we can go. I'm going to introduce you to something I haven't shown before. I don't think, and that is an Archwing mission. Archwing is when you have the ability to fly around. Okay, I have no explanation as to why I'm talking to myself like that. Every once in a while, you're going to see myself talking. I just realized that there's a paradox here because ignore that. Because there's an explanation for that, but it comes later. Because I guess I'm putting these, it's no guess about it. I'm putting these videos up out of order. Absolutely. So anyway, I wanted to show you this Archwing mission because that's what I'm working on right now. It's an Archwing farm. And the thing that I wanted to talk about was farming in general from a new player perspective. Because to me, either I'm doing something very wrong, which is absolutely possible because I'm a new player. So it's absolutely possible that I'm doing something completely wrong, but if I don't talk about it, I'll continue to do it wrong. Or this is not really a smooth experience for a new player. It was balanced around veteran players. So let me explain what I mean. As you can see, I'm flying around and the mechanics for Archwing is different than, your regular Warframe. Because, for example, if you notice, when I move, I can go forward, backward, sideways, whatever. But when I stop, I still move. I have to come to a stop. So there are differences in mechanics, and that's what makes it interesting. That's cool. You can use Archwing in Plains of Eidolon, and that's what I'm working towards. The problem is that there's certain things you need in place before you can do that. One is you need the Archwing segment added to your ship. Okay, fine. It requires 1200 something Axiom. Axiom drops by, those things that I can't stand that fly. There's a specific one that if you kill it before it blows up, it will drop some random amount of Axiom. Now, for the whole time that I've been playing, I have 400. I need 1200. And the thought of I have things in my foundry that need thousands, 1200 here, 1500 here, 1000 here, 500 here. And they've just been sitting there for the time that I've been playing because I don't have enough to be able to do anything. So when I talk about, when I researched farming for this, I'm just at a level where I can comfortably farm, but it's only, in videos I see it dropping 100, 200, 300. For me, 20, 40 with a booster, and it's like, okay, this is not working. Another thing that you need for your Archwing is Laurium. It only drops in Archwing missions. It'll be interesting to see if I get one in here. So, the reason why you need Laurium, I think I'm saying it right, Laurium, is because you need it to upgrade your Archwing Warframe. And the beginner one, which is what I'm using, everybody says sucks. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I go to my dojo and see what it takes to upgrade, because it's something that you have to research in the Tenno lab. And come to find out, I need this Laurium, which randomly drops in these Archwing missions. And it'll be interesting to see if I get one this time. I'm at the, that's interesting. Okay. I'm at the point now where the grind is starting to become a little on the tedious side from a new player standpoint. Personally, I think that, particularly with Planes of Eidolon, there is so much barring a new player from being able to fully, experience it and enjoy it. And I wouldn't be complaining about this if it wasn't for the fact that it's marketed that, oh, all you have to do is finish Vor's prize and you can go out there. And it's very deceiving about what you can actually do. Okay? You cannot go out there and level and think you can level up in there. You have to go back into the main game. So I think 1200 Axiom is a lot for a new character, a new player. Because I think that the goal should be is to not take the challenge away, but to make it so that, one, you retain your new players, and two, they can smoothly get into the new area, to the end game, while still having fun. And for a veteran player, okay, maybe 1200 isn't that big of a deal. When you go to look to see, okay, what's the best way to farm Laurium, then they list off a bunch of frames that you don't have, that you're quite a ways off from getting. So there's another barrier on it being, more challenging. You see what I'm saying? So, I've spent so much time in the old area, I've barely done anything in Planes of Eidolon. But now that, how can I say this? Now that I've completed a portion of a quest, I'll just say it. Obviously, you see I have an operator because she just got through speaking to me. Okay? So, spoiler, I have an operator, and the quest for that will be going up shortly with my thoughts on that quest. OMG. As a new player, you don't have your operator good, you don't have focus good, you don't have your Archwing good, so it's not as much fun as the person that's a veteran. And again, I wouldn't have a problem with that if it wasn't marketed in such a way that's like, oh, you can go in there. And they don't say anything about the barring of that. And I just think it takes a long time, even with a resource booster, to get what you need to get out there. And maybe it would be even quicker if you, grouped with people all the time. But again, I think that it's a process that's not smooth. So, in my opinion, I think that the Axiom should be about 600. If that. Because the goal is for them to get the freaking Archwing so they can have fun. Then have the challenge of upgrading your Archwing, getting all the mods for it, getting the new Warframes, etc. But don't crimp being able to have that ability. Am I making any sense there? So, that's my thought on the Archwing. Now, as you can see, in the Archwing, you have freedom of movement and whatnot, but all of the missions aren't like this. Some of them are in very close corners where it's like a obstacle course to get through it. And there's one that I'm just cock-blocked on because it's a speed run and I can't. Maybe now that my Warframe is a little bit faster. But it's an obstacle run and I always slam into walls or something like that. So that's what makes Planes of Eidolon so enticing to me, is that it's a free open space that you can just fly around and have fun with. I don't know. But I love the aspect and the idea around the Archwing. And I look forward to them adding more Archwings now that Planes of Eidolon is out and there's actually a purpose, you know, a fun reason to be able to use them. But let me show you real quick where my Archwing is. And for some reason, the gun out leveled everything else, you know, really quickly. But there's a lot of mods that I don't have. And I'm thinking about energy. See, I don't know if armor works the same way for Archwings that it does on your main Warframe, because when I'm battling like Grenier, them having armor is more of a pain in the ass than shields. It's yeah, you can die to Grenier get dangerous when they have armor on it. So I think I'm gonna switch it back. I'm gonna switch it. Oops. Yeah. And I'm gonna buff up armor. So, okay, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Archwing and the leveling process. And I will see you guys in the next one.